I'm about to explain what happened to me during Hurricane Ian and how I lost everything. Just a disclosure, I don't want any hateful comments. If you guys see any hateful comments, like, just ignore it. Don't even go to it. Don't even comment back. I don't have time for any BS right now. You know, it's literally not necessary at all.
Coolin' with the Coolies and the Cooley MOB. Kids, you should come and kick it with the Cooley MOB. Cause it's the Cooley MOB. It's the Cooley MOB. Come and kick it with the Cooley MOB. We on some Cooley MOB shit.
You hear me? I said, look at Jakob. Go Jakob, go Jakob, go Jakob, go Jakob, go Jakob. Look at it. Ah! Well. You having fun? Oh, you want to stand by me? Alrighty. Seven is literally seven, come back. Girl, 7 is swimming away trying to find somewhere to go. Here is showing that they broke down the door. They literally called my phone the next day at 1 o'clock. 3 times the rescue people did. And I was like, what? So we were supposed to stay in there for more than 24 hours with the things just floating away? Hey. You okay? That's gonna be hard to open. Oh, hey. Hey. How are you? I can't even open that door. Yeah, the boxes is in the way. Trash can. Ooh, wee. Let's open up these windows so we can see what the hell is going on. Remember how this looked before? Car was filled up. This is the window we came out of. So, should I go around the front or the side? I'm gonna go around the front, y'all. Ew. It stinks so bad in here. Ooh, it stinks so bad. Let me just open all the doors. I see all, like, where the water was. See over there? That's how high the water was. I think my shit is definitely totaled. Really still water in here. Ugh. Oh, this stinks so bad. How deep the water was, y'all see? It was all the way up to here. Look how deep the trunk is. Crazy. kids' iPads was on the floor. I just found them. They do not work. Yeah, they were. These iPads was completely soaked. Literally water dripping out. I'm just trying to make this video short, sweet, to the point. So basically, you guys know I live in Florida. And Hurricane Ian came. You know, I'm not from Florida, so I don't really know too much about, like, you know, hurricanes. I know the ones that I have encountered haven't been, you know, too bad. You know, most of the time the power doesn't even go out, you know, where I am. I know one time I did, one time I didn't. You know, and I'm not that affected, you know, by any hurricanes. So, you know, I had like family calling me like, oh, you know, it's gonna be Category 4, you know, where you're at. So, you know, you should try to go stay in a hotel, which I didn't have money for. I'm like, I don't have money to go try to stay in a high-rise hotel. I don't. So I'm just gonna, you know, chill out and not do that. So I did, you know, was like, okay, well, you know, maybe I shouldn't be by myself though. And I definitely didn't want my sister to be by herself because she is pregnant, 9 months to be exact. So I was like, okay, you know, my grandmother was like, you guys should just stay together. And we did. I feel like I'm telling the story without even like greeting you guys. So I'm just gonna say, what's up again, you guys? And I'm about to explain my hurricane night. I don't even know. I feel like the hurricane lasted for like 3 days, but I'm about to explain what happened to me during Hurricane Ian and how I lost everything. Whatever. So I go to my sister's house and I'm like, okay, you know, I'm gonna stay with you. Of course, like I'm panicking now because I'm thinking everything is going to flood. So I'm just like, okay, well, you know, maybe her house is not gonna flood, that we're gonna be together, you know, regardless. If something happens, you know, we'll have each other to, I don't know. So I packed like a bag. I packed like a suitcase, a bag. I just took like all important stuff with me, you know, basically like if I lose everything, I'll have the important stuff with me. You know, this was what was going on in my mind. I'll have all my important stuff with me. Like I packed like computers, I packed iPads, I packed documents, papers. Like I just kept like stuff with me just in case, you know. So, you know, we get to my sister's house, we chilling, you know, we just watching movies, you know, the night before. I think it was like Wednesday night or whatever, the night before, I don't know, Tuesday night, whatever, the night before the hurricane was supposed to hit. And that next morning, I think like 5 o'clock in the morning, we just hear a whole bunch of like thunder and lightning, and it's raining really bad. So we like, oh man. So, you know, by like, I don't know, like 7, the carpet is, you know, getting wet. And I'm like, man, how is the carpet getting wet? That's crazy. You know, we could see the water rising a little bit, you know, on the patio door. And I'm just still looking like, this is so crazy, you know, like I cannot believe, like, you know, this is really happening. But I mean, it's, you know, we're just like, you know, walking around, looking outside, looking at our cars, you know, so making sure that they're okay. Cause at this point it's just a little rain. It's just, you know, a little, like this much water all on the ground. But I don't even know. It was just like, you know, Jacob was having fun splashing in the water on the carpet. It was cute and we was chilling. But then out of nowhere, like the house just was like filling up more and more with water, you know, next thing we know, we're like swishing around, or while we're walking around in the house, you know, like with the water, we see, you know, stuff is floating now. We see it's, you know, even bigger, you know, like the water's definitely higher on the patio door, you know, it's probably like, I'll say 2 feet maybe, and you could see it, like it's waves in the water, you know, we seeing the fences, you know, getting knocked down and flowing away. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, this is getting serious, so maybe we should leave. Sorry, y'all, I'm tired. This is my nap time, and Jacob is asleep right now, so I'm trying to like hear him and tell this story fast. But I'm like, you know, maybe we should leave. I see the, you know, I'm like looking outside. It's raining so bad. Like the stop sign looks like it's about to blow away. So I'm like, oh my God. I'm looking at my car and I'm like, I can't drive anywhere because my car is done for. Like it's literally like underwater right now. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can drive. So I go out the kitchen window because everything else is like almost like, you know, flooded. So I go out the highest window, which is like the kitchen window right over the sink. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go look at my car to see like, can I start it? Y'all, I jumped out that window and dropped into that water, and it was to my waist. I'm just like, this is so crazy. I think the first time I jumped out the window, it was like to like my on the top of my thighs. So then I opened my car door, and the car was filled up to the steering wheel with water. And I'm just like, oh wow, I'm really not driving nowhere. Like, I don't even know why I thought about that, but I don't know. Like, I never been through this. I'm brainstorming right now, so I'm just, you know, getting out all my options. So I'm like, okay, you know, close the door. I have to force it closed because all the water is like whooshing in and out. So I'm like, okay, I close the door, lock the car. I don't know why. I don't know. But anyway, so I go back through the window and I'm like getting my clothes on, and my sister's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You can't leave. The safest place is here in the house. And I'm like, how is this the safest place? Like, literally the smell of the water was so disgusting. So it was just like, I just felt like it was so potent, and I had Jakob with me. So I'm like, absolutely not. You know, breathing in this water is not really good, you know, and we don't have no electricity, you know, we don't have any food because everything was in the fridge. Like, her fridge was full of cold food, basically. We did not have, like, you know, hurricane weather food. So I'm like, you know, we need to get to safety before this gets worse. I'm not about to be one of those people that's like, you know, hey, come save me, I'm on my roof. No, I feel like we need to get out now while, you know, the water is actually like filling up. So I'm like, okay, so I'm putting on my clothes, I'm getting the baby strap, I'm strapping Jakob, you know, to my back. I'm trying to walk around, and I'm just like panicking. So when I was at the kitchen window, the neighbor next to her was like talking to me, and he was like, oh yeah, we called emergency number, whatever like that. He gave me the number. So he gave me the number, I'm calling them. They like, okay, we'll put you in the queue, good luck. What? That's making me panic even more because you don't care. So now I'm gonna die here by myself, like with nobody. I'm gonna be in the queue. Like, I don't know, y'all. It was just like, ooh, I'm like, it has me shaking now because I couldn't even believe that was happening. I'm like, what do you mean? It was like, yeah, you know, it's a lot going on and we can't send anybody out while the storm is happening. So I'm just like, I don't even feel like crying, y'all. There's so many reasons that I need to cry. I don't even feel like crying. But I'm just like, okay, so we're in the queue, whatever. So I'm still packing up Jacob's stuff. I packed me like a little bag, get in the baby bag and stuff like that. So I'm telling my sister, like, get your stuff, like pack a bag, we need to go. So like, she's finally like getting out of the in denial stage of that, you know, that she needs to leave her house because, you know, her house is being flooded. So she's like, you know, upset, you know, feeling all these emotions, hurt, you know, because it's your shit, you know. So like, you know, I get her to pack a bag. We get the dogs, because I had my dog with me, she had her dog with her. So here I go, going out the kitchen window with Jakob strapped to my back. I don't know why I strapped him to my back before, but I definitely did, and I slid out the window somehow, some way with him. She held his head down a little bit. We slid out that window. Then she had to go out the window, 9 months pregnant. That was so crazy. Like, if she would have been an inch bigger, she wouldn't have fit through the window. Like, or if the window would have been like a little too small, she wouldn't have fit through the window. I mean, yeah, we would have still got out, you know, with having to break a door or something, because we couldn't open the front door. The front door was definitely like lodged closed. We could not open that at all. So we could have, you know, found another window or something, but like, I felt like the kitchen window was the safest because we could actually like see the water. The water in the back of the house was like, had waves going through it and stuff like that. But then with the, I don't know, I just feel like in the front of the house, it was like safer because when we jumped down and we could hold on to, you know, like the gate that was there, or we could walk on top of the cars or something. Like, I just felt like it was better because I was also scared that it was going to be like a gator in the water or something. So I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't need it to be like a gator or anything, or snakes, leeches. I'm thinking about anything that could be in the water and get us. I'm just like, oh my God, like Jakob can't touch this water at all. Like, I literally had to throw Seven out of the window before I got out, and I was trying to hurry up so I could make sure, because I don't know if Seven can swim. We just found out. We literally just found out in the hurricane, can Seven swim? Yes, he can swim now. I know that now, but you know, I guess that's like a natural thing for dogs. But I was like panicking because the water was strong too, so I didn't want him to be like whooshed away. He'd be down the street, and then I got Jakob on my back, and I'm trying to go get my dog from down the street because the water is like really strong. So I was just like crazy. But let me tell y'all, the fucked up part about it is the neighbors was like I was talking to the neighbors all morning. They was giving me numbers, telling me every step of the way what's going on. They was like, oh yeah, we're about to leave. why did they go out their window too and they walking away? And I'm like, hey, y'all leaving? He was like, yeah, we're about to get in this truck over here. Are y'all coming? They left us. They left us. So after they left us, I was like, oh no, this is serious. Like, so we had got out the window and we walked to the stop sign. The water was like literally to my stomach. We like was walking and my sister is just yelling at me like, why are we out here? Why are we out here? Nobody's gonna come get us, da 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 da. I'm like, look, she being so negative. And I'm just like, we have to find a positive in something, like in something. I was like, I didn't know what to do, but I just knew like it wasn't safe for us to be there. We had to do something. So I'm like, okay, down the street, it's not flooded down the street. We can walk down the street. And she was like, I can't walk through all this water. I'm pregnant, da, da, da. And I'm just like, okay, think. So I'm like, okay, it's trucks out here. That's how the neighbors got into a truck. So I'm like, please God, like let the truck just come back, because, you know, they said that we was coming. So maybe they're like, okay, well, we'll drop them off where they need to go and we'll come back and get them. So I was like, don't go back in the window, because it's gonna be so hard for you to get back out the window, because it was so hard for you to get out in the first place, you know. So we're just literally standing in the water in front of the house, and I'm just like, I don't know, like I'm just like I don't know, like we can just like we're like brainstorming basically, but she's just like, I'm about to just go sit back in the house. I'm about to go back in the house, and I'm like, no. Then out of nowhere, a white truck pulls up, and I'm like, hey, and I was like, oh my God, like I hope we don't get killed. Like I literally thought about that. I was like, I hope we don't get killed, but like it's no other thing that I could do. So I was like, hey. And he stopped and he rolled down his window, and I was like, can you take us to the high school? It was like a high school that was a shelter that was like taking in people that their house got flooded. And he like pulled over to the side, and when I ran up to his car, and I was so scared. I was like, I had Jakob on my back still, and I was like in the rain, and I was like, can you just take us to the high school? We just need shelter. And he was like, yeah, come on. And I was like, can we bring our dogs? We have dogs too. He was like, yeah. Like that was crazy. It was crazy because like I didn't even know. I don't know. I didn't even know what to do, but I just knew that I needed to have faith, like, and I'm like, he came and he took us, you know, he took us to the shelter, and then we ended up, you know, getting ourselves together. They had like, you know, cages for the dogs, and it was like a really nice setup as far as like, I don't know, like what they could provide, but they literally just was like, oh, okay, here, sit on the gym floor. Like all these, I'm gonna show you guys like, you know, all the videos of course, but they was just like, here, you know, like here's a spot on the gym floor. And I'm like, okay, I don't feel safe sleeping here though. So that's crazy, because I got on Lyft and I was like, oh, you know, I could take a Lyft and maybe go to like one of my properties or something. So that's what I did. I just requested a Lyft, and I was like, please God, let there be at least one. And it literally was one Lyft driver, and he accepted the ride. And when he got there, I was like, oh my God, thank you so much for like working today. And he was like, oh yeah, no problem. He was like, I just figured, you know, like the rain, you know, like it wasn't raining that bad, so why not? And he's like, but this is gonna be my last ride, like, you know, first and only ride. And I was just like, well, I appreciate you so much. Like we gave him like the biggest tip, because that was like, it was like all this stuff was just happening like for us, you know, like even though so much bad stuff has happened, like, you know, house flooded, car flooded and stuff like that, so much like, you know, things were lining up in order for us to be safe. And that was just like what I was just most grateful for. But I mean, we got to one of my properties, and you know, it had no damage, it had no flooding, the lights didn't even go off. So I was just happy that we could finally be somewhere that we were like, okay, we can breathe, you know, it's safe, we have food, we good, you know. So I don't know, but you guys, I'm coming on here now to ask you, I don't feel like I asked for a lot, but my sister did lose her house, and she did lose pretty much everything. So if you do, or if you can, I know like other people live in Florida too and were affected, but you know, if you have anything for her, that would be greatly appreciated. You know, she is pregnant. We did her nursery, well, I decorated her nursery already. It was literally all set up. I'm pretty sure the clothes we can wash and everything like that, but the crib is definitely like done for. You know, she it's crazy. I mean, yeah, she has renter insurance, but literally when you lose everything in just a blink of an eye, that's crazy. So I mean, if you guys can help in any way, I mean, with the cars, we call it insurance and stuff like that. I finally, literally today, I finally called my insurance. Well, I finally got somebody on the phone, because I've been trying to call literally since it happened, and they haven't even answered the phone. But they told me that somebody would call me back within 10 days. So I don't even know. I don't have a vehicle. I don't have like amazing insurance that's gonna be like, oh hey, we'll call you right back and put you in a rental car. I don't have that. So honestly, I don't even know what I'm about to do, because I don't have a vehicle. I don't know, but I mean, I feel like that, I don't know, everything will start lining up eventually, how it did for us. But my sister is 9 months pregnant with a baby boy. If you guys haven't noticed, the registry has been in the description for a while now. I just didn't want to make an announcement of it just yet, but you know, I guess desperate times calls for desperate needs. So yeah, if you guys could, you know, purchase anything off the registry that you feel like she might need, or just do anything, it would just be greatly appreciated. Or I'll even link down my Cash App if you guys want to, you know, donate anything. Or yeah, I don't know, do what you feel is necessary. Don't don't write me and be like, you know, oh, how much do you need? I don't care. You guys could send $1. You guys could send 50 cents if you wanted to, and I would still be grateful. I literally found like 60 cents on the ground yesterday, and I was like, thank you God, because that was 60 cents that I didn't have yesterday. You know, you just got to be grateful for the little things that happen in your life, that happen for you in your way. So yeah, I don't need anybody checking up on, you know, me. I don't feel like having a conversation. I don't feel like telling a story again. I just want to tell the story one time and be done with it and move on. I literally need to stop this video because I have to start calling insurance companies again to hound them on, you know, them not calling me back in 10 days and them actually like trying to help me do something, either total out the car that's flooded or get me a rental car or like fix the car. I don't know, like do something, because none of that's getting handled right now, and it's just making me just like have a lot of anxiety. I think I'm freezing too. I think I'm really, really cold right now. But you guys, I thank you guys for always supporting me. I am going to be, and you know, I've been trying to be very consistent with you guys with the videos and everything, but this has kind of been like a setback for me. And then my computer, you know, I told you guys a while ago that my computer stopped working, so I literally been like editing videos on my phone and everything. So I mean, it's working perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with it, but it's just limited, you know, what I can really do and what I can really edit with, you know, with my phone. But I'm getting the videos out to you guys, and I thank you guys for being patient with me and supporting me. And yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you liked it. Cooley MOB is out.
With the Cooley MOB, cause it's the Cooley MOB. It's the Cooley MOB. Come and kick it with the Cooley